Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode in Unreal Engine Open World series. So I'm going to continue with the revamping of the UI part for the inventory today. So when I open up the inventory, I need to see only the character mesh here in the middle of the screen like this, and rest of the background should be gone away. Actually this is not going to be just an image, it's going to be the real-time character mesh rendered into the UI. So I tested that like this. So as you can see here, if I press tab, you can see the character is going to be like this in the UI. So I haven't worked on the rest of the UI yet. I'm only going to work on how to implement, how to get the character into the UI as we see in the game world, and how to hide the rest of the world. So that's what I'm going to work on today. Alright, let's see how to do that. And this episode is sponsored by these generous patrons. Thank you very much for your support. Okay, so as the next step of the UI revamp, I want to work on this inventory menu. So this is the design I have for that, and actually this is the current design. The previous design I had. So when I press tab, so here actually we have the necessary information like this: leave counts and other resource counts, and the equivalents and the arrow counts. But I'm going to change that basic design into this professional new design that I have. Right. So the first challenge is I need to render only the character like this. On the UI I need to hide the rest of the background and show only the character. So first I'll do it in a black background, so I want to figure out a way to do that. Okay, so what I'm having in mind is first let me open my character and see what I do at the moment. When I press tab, I use tab for the to bring up the inventory. Where did I implement this? So toggle inventory. Alright, I have implemented it. Looks like I have implemented it in the game mode. Okay, no problem. Yeah, so let's see the way I have implemented. So right, and also let's open the inventory widget. Right, here I'll remove this background blur because I need to show the character clearly and make everything else invisible. So how do I disable this? It's the visibility. I'll set it to hidden, so I wouldn't get that when I press tab. Yeah, Okay, then so in order to show only the character, do we have a post process volume? Yeah, so let's add a simple post process material. Here we don't have anything, so I'll add a new material, render custom depth only. So here what I'm planning to do is I'm gonna render this player character only in the custom depth. No, I'm gonna enable custom depth rendering for the player and show that using that I'm gonna filter everything else and keep only the player character mesh. So let's test this. Yeah, select the mesh, render custom depth pass. Let's enable this. And compile. So if let's drag and drop a player character first. I want to test this. So how to visualize buffer? Right here, and the buffer visualization, you can see this character like this. Okay, and everything is hidden. So I'll go back to lit mode and let's go back to the materials and render custom depth only. Okay, here I'll change the material domain to post process and get custom depth. No, scene color. Sorry, we can access with scene texture like this, and as the if I use scene color, I should get the normal weight surface. We need to use this. Alright, now here if I apply this, and we can see the usual rendering without any difference. So if I go here, select the post process material, and I'm gonna use this, and as the blend weight I'm gonna put 1. As you can see here, there is no difference. If I duplicate this and get the custom depth, let's divide this by something like 1000. Apply. See, now we have this character, a silhouette of this character actually. So we can use it to filter out and get only the character rendered into the scene. So I'll clamp this between 0 and 1, and then if I get 1 minus, let's see what do we get. This. character. Okay, now I'll multiply this with some value like 100. So we should get a full white character like this. Yes, actually I don't think it has to be 100, but 100 works better. Okay, we are not going to keep the character in a distance like this, so it should be fine. Now let's clamp this again in between 0 and 1. Okay, now let's let's multiply it with this color. Right, now we have the character only. See, so if I make this blend weight 0, you can see the whole full render. If I make it 1, we can only see the character. Great. Okay, so now we need to find a way to make this character. Oh, it's not applied for the weapons, but we can make it so now we need a way to apply this post process material at the runtime. Enable and disable in the runtime. So how do we do that? So first I remove this material from the scene post process, and if I go to the CH player, here under camera we have post process. So under rendering features we have post process materials. So here as asset reference I'll set this render custom depth only material, and if I play the game you can see only the character is visible. So if I make this 0, it renders as usual. So what I have to do is I need a way to dynamically set this value. Also there is a function. If I set the camera set post process blend weight, I can set this to any value I need in the runtime. So when I toggle the HUD, which I do in here in the game mode, yeah, I call this toggle inventory function in the HUD. So which is here. Okay, so is there a way to access player camera here? How to access the camera? Looks like we can't access the camera from outside, so we might need to set up either a interface based function to enable that. Right, so maybe, yeah, let's go to this PPI character interface. I'll add a function to get camera, and as the output I'll set camera component. In the player I'll implement it like this. Okay, now in the HUD I can access it like this. Get player character, get player camera, right, get camera, wait, let's change this, get player camera. Wait, no, I can't use the ch human. I need to enable context sensitive, right? Now it should work. Okay, let's do that here. Then using this camera reference, I'll set post process blend weight to 1 when I enable it, and to 0 when I disable the HUD. Right, save all. Now let's see. Didn't work. Okay, let's check. So why it didn't work? So let's initially enable this and see if we get the effect. Now we have. So if I enable the inventory and disable it, oh, now it seems to work. See? Okay, so why then it's not working when we disabled it initially? Test it again. I'll set this to 0. Now it's not working. Alright, then why is that? Let's make it 1. And maybe in the begin play, yeah, maybe here in the initialize UI part, set post process blend weight to 0. And keep it as 1. Let's see. Right, now it is working. I don't know why it didn't work when I had 0 initial, but anyway, we have a solution now. And also, as you can see here, we don't see the weapons, only the character mesh. So let's select all other meshes as well and make them render in custom depth. Oh, this is not a mesh, these are weapons. Okay, so I guess I would have to set up another function to enable custom depth rendering. How to do that? Okay, right, now instead of getting player camera, I'll change this to toggle custom depth. Oh wait, is this the suitable interface to do that? Character damageable player inputs. Let's put all these interfaces into these interfaces folder. Yeah, I'll delete this, and in the HUD also I'll delete it. We need a better way to do that, so let's set up. Now all the interfaces are in this folder. Let's set up another interface. PPI rendering at enable custom depth. Oh, toggle custom depth. And as the input, I'm gonna get only a boolean like this. Then I'm gonna implement this here. PPI custom PPI rendering, sorry. Compile and hit the player. Under interfaces, let's set the category to rendering. So under rendering we have this implement function. Where should we do it? Let's implement it in the UI event graph. I think that's more appropriate. Here let's have a branch based on this. Now get the camera, set post process blend weight to 1, otherwise to 0. And actually so here I'll get the mesh. Actually even if I leave the mesh to render in custom depth, it should be alright. but let's do that part also dynamic. The mesh. Set render custom depth. If this is true, it should be true. And also get the weapon 2 and weapon 1 and inventory, BP inventory, that means the quiver. So in the quiver, here also I'll implement that PPI rendering. Compile. Now we will get the toggle custom depth. So here I'm gonna get all these static meshes and custom depth. Enable like this. Have to do the same for the other weapons also. Weapon 2 PPX. This is based on melee weapon. Here also I'll implement rendering. Like this, compile. Implement function. We have only the weapon mesh. Custom depth. Like this. Okay, now we have the bow. Also part of melee, as also a child of melee weapon, but here we have an additional mesh. So we have to set this bow, which is not in the parent class, so therefore we have to set this also to render custom depth like this. Okay, now in the HUD we can get player character and called toggle custom depth. Like this. Now let's see. Let me save just in case it crash. didn't work for the weapons. Oh no, right, I think I know the issue. The issue should be I didn't connect it yet. So get child actor toggle custom depth. If this is enabled, we should enable it. Duplicate this with Ctrl W and get the child actor of weapon 1 and 2. Can we multi-connect like this? Oh, we can't. Okay, no problem. Let's duplicate this. Break. Connect them separately with the same enable parameter. And compile. Alright, errors are gone. Now let's check. It's still not only the bow is not rendering. Other weapons are fine. Okay, let's check what went wrong with the bow. It seems fine. Then why? Oh, I haven't used the bow here yet. Okay, that was the issue. I haven't called it. Alright, let's add the bow like this. Right, now that part is also there. Okay, so I think we can stop this episode right here, and as I have completed this part, next part is how to add these stuff into the UI, and I'll continue with this design from the next episode onwards. Right, so if you would like to support my work, you can get the membership of the Patreon club, and also the project files will be available for the download through the Patreon page. So thanks for watching. See you in another episode. Goodbye.